The story begins on what seems like an ordinary day inside Yoshi Suzuki's home. Her beloved 5-year-old daughter, Mei, happily plays with her friends. When Yoshi notices they're out of snacks, she tells Mei she'll be gone briefly and warns her not to play outside. Before leaving, she secures all dangerous items and checks the bathroom to ensure the kids are safe. While Yoshi is away, Mei and her friends decide to play hide-and-seek. She struggles to find a place to hide. Yoshi returns home to find the children gone. She calls for Mei, but there's no answer, and the neighbors have no idea where she is. At the hospital, Yoshi's husband Tadahiko learns that Mei is missing. He rushes home to find police already there, taking statements and starting the investigation. Yoshi is completely distraught. She accidentally spills the drink Tadahiko hands her, hurriedly removes the tablecloth, and throws it into the washing machine. But then, Yoshi notices something. The neighbors hear a chilling scream and rush outside to see what's wrong. A year later, Yoshi remains deeply depressed. In group therapy, she confesses her guilt, believing Mei's death was her fault for not replacing the old washing machine where Mei hid and died. Yoshi's mother-in-law, Toshiko, visits and is shocked by the house's filthy, grief-filled state. She gives Yoshi a pamphlet about a temple's burn offerings, hoping it will help. The next day, Yoshi reads the pamphlet on the balcony, but a strong wind suddenly blows it out of her hands. Yoshi goes downstairs to look for the pamphlet and ends up wandering into a nearby flea market. After finding it, her attention is caught by a life-size antique doll displayed in a glass case. That night, Tadahiko gets home and is cheerfully greeted by Yoshi. He almost jumps when he sees the doll sitting by the dining area. Yoshi explains that she bought it from the flea market. Yoshi spends the day cleaning the doll. She gently wipes its dirty face, trims its hair and long fingernails, and even cleans Mei's bedroom. Tadahiko is stunned to see the doll now resembles his deceased daughter, Mei. In therapy, Yoshi brings the doll and treats it like her daughter. The therapist explains to Tadahiko that this doll therapy helps patients cope with the severe trauma and urges him to support Yoshi through this fragile phase. Tadahiko and Yoshi begin spending their days with the lifelike doll. They shop for clothes, go on road trips, and enjoy quiet picnics together. Soon, their walls are covered with photos, capturing moments that make life seem whole again. Soon after, the couple receives joyful news. Yoshi is pregnant again. 9 months later, they welcome a baby girl, Mai. As they settle into their new life, the doll fades from their routine, and the old photos are replaced with new memories of their family. When Mai won't stop crying, Yoshi places the doll beside her, and she immediately calms. Later, while Yoshi and Toshiko are talking, a sharp cry erupts. On the baby monitor, they see the doll looming over Mai. They rush in, save her, and find hair wrapped around her neck. Deeply unsettled, they lock the doll back in its glass case and hide it in the closet. 5 years later, the Suzuki family is living a happy, normal life. One day, Mai drops her marbles and one rolls into the closet. She crawls inside to retrieve it, unaware of what awaits her. Yoshi freezes when Mai appears holding the doll, asking to play with Aya, the name Mai has given it. Yoshi notices its hair has grown longer. She points out the changes to Tadahiko, but he responds with little more than a shrug, leaving her feeling unsettled. Late at night, Mai enters her parents' room and says she can't sleep because Aya hurts her out of jealousy. Alarmed, Yoshi carries Mai back to her room and places Aya high on a shelf. One day, Yoshi and Mai arrive home from school, where Mai's classmate Reina and her mother are invited over to visit. Mai shows off Aya, claiming the doll can talk. Skeptical, Reina twists the doll's arm. Moments later, Reina runs in crying with bite marks on her arm. Yoshi scolds Mai, but Mai insists Aya bit her. That afternoon, Yoshi is sorting family photos when Mai enters holding Aya and apologizes. She asks to play hide-and-seek, but Yoshi refuses. Upset, Mai throws a tantrum and storms off. Soon after, Yoshi hears running from Mai's room. She opens the door and sees a small girl sitting with a paper bag over her head, assuming it's Mai. Yoshi then notices their family photos have been destroyed. Her body goes rigid with shock. Just then, Mai walks in. Yoshi angrily accuses her of ruining the photos, but Mai insists Aya did it. Yoshi scolds her, then pauses when she sees deep scratch marks on Mai's arm. Mai pulls away, grabs her doll, and runs off, her face filled with hatred toward her mother. At school, Mai's teacher shows Yoshi disturbing drawings made by her daughter. When asked why, Mai replied that Aya told her to do it, leaving Yoshi silent and deeply unsettled. That night, while everyone is asleep, Mai once again sneaks into her parents' bedroom and slips into their bed. Terrified of Aya, Yoshi stuffs the doll and Mai's drawings into a trash bag and throws them away. Later, she hears the door open and finds the doll back inside with a paper bag over its head. Panicking, Yoshi snaps and brutally smashes it with a rolling pin. Yoshi screams in terror as her gaze falls to the floor, where Mai's lifeless body lies. Yoshi jolts awake. It's a nightmare. Someone knocks at the door. Yoshi steps out to see who it is, only to find Aya returned by the building management, along with a note reminding tenants to separate large items for proper disposal. Determined to be rid of it, Yoshi personally hands the doll to the waste collectors. Moments later, an ambulance siren blares outside. When Yoshi steps out, she stiffens in shock. Amid the chaos, Mai appears, carrying Aya in her arms, clearly upset. That night, Tadahiko finds Yoshi obsessively watching the baby monitor as Mai talks to Aya. He begins to fear his wife is losing her grip on reality. The next day, Mai begs to play hide-and-seek, and Yoshi reluctantly agrees. As they play, Yoshi feels she's being chased by two children, one appearing and disappearing. She later lifts a blanket where she thinks Mai is hiding, only to find nothing, realizing something sinister is playing with her. Yoshi moves to the laundry area and sees two small hands inside the washing machine. Heart pounding, she nervously peers inside. In a panic, Yoshi hurls Mai to the floor. Mai is hospitalized with only minor injuries. While Yoshi is examined by her therapist, Mai's doctor shows Tadahiko the bruises and scratches on her back. When asked who caused them, Mai stays silent, afraid of being punished for telling the truth. Tadahiko tells Yoshi she must stay in the hospital to rest, and that Mai will stay with his mother for the time being. When he mentions the bruises on Mai's back, Yoshi is stunned. Determined to end the nightmare, she insists the doll be taken to the temple for a ceremonial burning. Tadahiko agrees. That night, Tadahiko contacts Jojuji Temple and speaks with Terashima, who asks him to photograph the doll and its glass case from every angle. While taking the photos, Tadahiko notices an inscription on the case, "Doll of his daughter, Rei," by Kokichi Yasumoto. Tadahiko researches the doll and learns that Kokichi Yasumoto was a renowned craftsman from Izumichi village during the early Showa era. Soon after, Terashima calls with urgent news. The ritual has been moved to the next day. The doll is extremely dangerous and must be destroyed immediately. Tadahiko finds an occult ranger's blog about a legend from Kanejima Island involving a living doll. It says the dollmaker's daughter, Rei, vanished, and her grieving mother, Taiko, believed Rei's spirit lived inside the doll. She kept it close and asked to be buried with it when she died. The legend claims the doll crawled out of the grave to find its owner. Tadahiko brushes it off as nonsense, especially since the occult rangers admit the doll was never found. The scene shifts to Toshiko's house. After putting Mai to bed, Toshiko suddenly sees her standing by the television. Confused, she goes to get snacks, but someone climbs onto her back. Thinking it's Mai, she carries the child back to the bedroom. Toshiko freezes in horror when she sees Mai asleep in bed and realizes the figure on her back is Aya. While on the phone with Tadahiko, she shoves the doll into the storage room and locks it inside, shaken and convinced the doll is alive. Alarmed, Tadahiko rushes to his mother's house to retrieve the doll. While waiting, Toshiko hears the storage door rattling and finds Aya gone. Her fear turns to panic when she realizes Mai is missing too. Toshiko frantically searches the streets until someone mentions seeing two children near the bridge. She rushes there and spots Mai sitting on the guardrail, approaching her carefully with her heart racing. Tadahiko arrives to find the house empty. Outside, he sees Mai dragging Aya, her face blank and her mouth smeared with blood. He asks where her grandmother is, but Mai says nothing. Acting quickly, he puts the doll back into its glass case just as the police arrive with the Toshiko. Back inside, Toshiko recounts her terrifying ordeal, but breaks down in tears. The police officer then shows Tadahiko security footage revealing the truth. Toshiko saves Mai from falling, only for another girl to suddenly appear and attack her. Tadahiko watches in stunned silence. As Tadahiko tends to his injured mother, he notices deep bite marks and a torn watch strap. Quietly, he checks Mai's teeth as she sleeps, wondering if she could be responsible. Early the next morning, Terashima arrives to collect the doll and confirms the burning ritual will begin at 10 a.m. The ceremony proceeds as planned, and Aya is reduced to ashes along with other old dolls. Tadahiko records it and later shows the video to Yoshi as proof, but he keeps silent about the terrifying events that happened to Mai and his mother. Unknown to Tadahiko, Terashima secretly swaps the doll and tries to sell it to a collector. Disappointed by the offer, he walks away. However, at the train station, he suddenly falls ill. Strands of hair keep emerging until he loses control, tumbles down the escalator, and shatters the doll's glass case. Terashima is rushed to the hospital. Tadahiko stands in shock when the head priest of Jojoji Temple appears with Aya in hand. Apologizing for Terashima's actions, he returns the doll and, with a hint of fear in his voice, says they will refer them to a specialist in doll purification. Tadahiko contacts Mr. Kanda, a doll purification specialist. When a nurse lifts the doll, she senses something wrong. An eerie sound comes from inside. Then, a tooth falls out. Alarmed, Tadahiko orders an MRI scan of the doll. To everyone's shock, it reveals a human skeleton inside. Yoshi stiffens in shock and asks her husband what the doll is doing there. Police investigator Mr. Yamamoto arrives and refuses to release the doll for purification. He declares it police evidence and insists on leading a full investigation himself. Outside the hospital, they meet Mr. Kanda, who learns the police have taken the doll. He photographs it and gives the picture to Yamamoto. He then asks if they can follow him to the forensic lab. Yamamoto agrees, but warns they won't be allowed inside. While driving, Yamamoto chats with a colleague, mentioning he's headed to the forensic lab. He then glances at the photo Kanda gave him. Yamamoto suddenly tosses the picture out the window, shaken by what he sees. Yamamoto enters a tunnel and glances at the doll, only to realize it's gone. Moments later, a girl suddenly appears in front of his car, and he hits her. He jumps out and searches desperately, but to his horror, Tadahiko, Yoshi, and Kanda reach the tunnel and find Yamamoto in a disturbed trance, sobbing as he clutches the doll. Kanda quickly chants a purification spell, subdues him, takes the doll, and seals it inside a wooden box. They then visit Muneharu, a collector and expert in Kokichi Yasumoto's crafts. He reveals that years earlier, while he was a police officer, Kokichi confessed to him something horrifying. Then, the story shifts into the past. Kokichi Yasumoto and his wife, Taiko, live a modest life with their sickly daughter, Rei, later known as Aya. Overwhelmed by despair, Taiko attempts to end both their lives. Aya dies, but Taiko survives when the rope breaks. Kokichi discovers them and, desperate to conceal his wife's crime, Kokichi uses Aya's remains, bones, nails, and hair to create a doll. Following Taiko's final wish, the doll is buried on Kanejima Island. Muneharu says he later searched the island himself, but found only Taiko's remains. The doll was gone. In the end, Muneharu refuses to take the doll. With no other choice, Tadahiko, Yoshie, and Kanda head to Niigata to return it to Taiko's resting place, hoping to finally calm Aya's restless spirit. They arrive late in Niigata and stay at a nearby inn. Kanda borrows a map of Kanejima Island from the innkeeper. That night, Kanda begins preparing his purification ritual while using a special device in the map to locate Taiko's grave. Suddenly, the room starts to shake. The doll's face twists into something hideous, as if Aya's spirit is fighting back. A massive earthquake strikes, and all the lights go out at once, plunging them into total darkness. Yoshi uses Kanda's camera to track Aya after she escapes. Amid the chaos, Tadahiko captures her, and Kanda seals her with a talisman. The lights return, but Kanda is left injured, clutching his foot. The next day, Tadahiko and Yoshi set out for Kanejima Island. Kanda gives them a map and a metal detector, explaining it can locate the grave by detecting the 6 coins traditionally buried with coffins. After a long walk, Tadahiko and Yoshi reach the torii gate and begin scanning the ground. Surrounded by countless buried coffins, they dig in desperation as time runs out, until they finally uncover Taiko's coffin. As they lower the doll into the coffin, a photo of Mei slips from Yoshi's pocket and falls in. Yoshi jumps after it, but the talisman starts to burn. Aya grabs her foot, refusing to let go, and Yoshi barely fights her way out of the coffin. But just as Tadahiko slams the lid shut, Yoshi's long hair gets caught beneath it. Aya yanks her hair from below, attempting to claim her as her own. In sheer desperation, Yoshi grabs a shard of glass from Mei's broken picture frame and cuts her hair free, narrowly escaping the coffin's grip. Thinking it's over, Tadahiko and Yoshi return home and are greeted by Mai. Everything seems normal until her hug tightens, nearly choking Yoshi. Gasping, Yoshi looks into a mirror and realizes it isn't Mai holding her but Aya. Elsewhere, Tadahiko senses danger and makes his way to the laundry area. He stiffens in shock when he finds Mai trapped inside the old washing machine, crying for help. Panicked, he knocks it over and desperately pounds on the glass to save her. The scenes begin to fracture and shift between illusion and reality. The house exists only in Aya's fantasy. In truth, Tadahiko and Yoshi never left Taiko's grave. Tadahiko smashes the coffin open, only to find not Mai but Mei, his deceased daughter. Mei calmly approaches her mother, gently takes Aya's hand, and leads her away. Yoshi calls out and reaches for Mei, but Tadahiko holds her back. In an instant, they're pulled back to the grave, and the vision fades. Then, they are seen walking peacefully along a beach, a bittersweet sign that Mei's spirit has freed her parents. Later, the Suzuki family seems back to normal, quietly having breakfast before a walk. But when Toshiko and Kanda visit the apartment, something feels off. Toshiko reveals the couple hasn't answered her calls for over a week. In the elevator, Toshiko shows Kanda the baby monitor footage. When they enter the apartment, she stops cold. An untouched sandwich and a glass of milk sit on the table, suggesting a child was there moments ago. Watching the footage, Kanda realizes Aya isn't after revenge. Fueled by hatred for her abusive mother, she seeks replacement and has chosen the Suzukis as her new family. Tadahiko and Yoshi walk past Toshiko's car, unaware that Mai is crying inside. The final reveal shows Aya in the stroller, confirming the spirit has taken her place and won.